Lesson 85. Today's review will cover these ideas. 1. My grievances hide the light of the world in me. My grievances show me what is not there and hide from me what I would see. Recognizing this, what do I want my grievances for? They keep me in darkness and hide the light. Grievances and light cannot go together, but light and vision must be joined for me to see. To see, I must lay grievances aside. I want to see, and this will be the means by which I will succeed. Specific applications for this idea might be made in these forms. Let me not use this as a block to sight. The light of the world will shine all this away. I have no need for this. I want to see. 2. My salvation comes from me. Today I will recognize where my salvation is. It is in me because its source is there. It has not left its source, and so it cannot have left my mind. I will not look for it outside myself. It is not found outside and then brought in, but from within me it will reach beyond, and everything I see will but reflect the light that shines in me and in itself. These forms of the idea are suitable for more specific applications. Let this not tempt me to look away from me for my salvation. I will not let this interfere with my awareness of the source of my salvation. This has no power to remove salvation from me. My grievances hide the light of the world in me. My salvation comes from me. Yesterday we talked about how you can have a grievance or a miracle. You can't have both. One is unreal and one is real. But the one that is unreal here in the world is in front of, it's a block, a barrier to the flow of perfect love, to the miracle, to the light that is within you. This lesson says grievances and light cannot go together, because if you're focused on the unreal, you can't get to the light, the understanding, because you're focused on a misunderstanding. You're focusing in on a misperception, that which is not real. And it deflects the miracle, it deflects the light, it deflects the understanding, the higher wisdom. You are the light of the world because God is your source. You are an idea within His mind. You haven't really left His mind. You can never be disconnected from His mind. The Holy Spirit is there within your right mind to help you navigate the world, the darkened world. And you are the light of the world, therefore you allow the Holy Spirit to, you receive the understanding, you receive the light, you let go of the grievances, you get it all cleaned up and purified, and then your function is to extend that light, that understanding, that wisdom, that love in a very chaotic and confused and dark world. You are the light of the world. Don't let anything block that light, the Holy Spirit, the understanding, the holiness within you from radiating into a world that so desperately needs you, miracle worker. My salvation comes from me. I am at choice. The way I see things is either based on a perception of love or a perception of fear, a perception of God and holiness, or the perception of the ego, fear, separation. My salvation is not out there. I cannot be satisfied. I cannot find it. Seek but do not find salvation. If you're looking out there for happiness, for inner peace, for contentment, for joy, for abundance, for love, it's not going to be from an external source. You have the power to supply all of that within you because you are perfectly whole and complete as God created you. Seek but do not find on the worldly level, but seek and find internally. God created you like Himself. Love created you like itself. You are an idea, a loving idea in the mind of God. That which is created from love, from God, is eternal. Cannot be changed. It cannot be altered. It cannot be abolished in any way. It cannot be diminished in any way. It could seem to in the world. There can be those grievances that hide the brightness of who you actually are as God created you. But it cannot change that the light's still there. It is like a cloud before the sun. The sun's still shining just as brightly, even on those cloudy days. When the clouds move away, the sun is still there. Your perfection, your holiness, who you are, your oneness, completeness, perfection, abundance, happiness, joy is always there. It is an eternal, signed, sealed, delivered. It's done. That is who you are. The Course says, nothing in this world has roots deep enough to sustain you. Nothing out there externally in the world of form has anything to offer you that is eternal. Because the world of form was made. It's temporary. It's an illusion. It's not real. It wasn't made from love. It was made from a thought of separation, which was a loveless thought. It can be changed, therefore, which is the good news. But you have to remember, any of that loveless stuff that gets thrown at you is not eternal, is not forever. You, as a miracle worker, your function is to accept the atonement for yourself. What's the atonement? The correction of your perception. The perception that it was real, that it would affect you in some way, that you wouldn't get over it, that would limit you in some way, and that you aren't who you really are. It's so important to realign with who you are as God created you. That's where your salvation lies. In remembering you are a child of God. You are made in the likeness of God Himself. You have all the attributes of God within you. Nothing God creates can ever be changed in any way because it is perfection. It is holy. It is true. It is good. It is beautiful. That is who you are. Spirit, not body. Innocence, not guilt. Unlimited, limitless, not limited and small. With wings to fly above anything that is not real, any misperception. The only thing to be saved from is our crazy, chaotic, egoic thoughts. The ones that tell us we are not who we are. How do we know we're thinking those thoughts? We aren't at peace. Our mood, our attitude, our energy will tell us where we are on that scale. It is like a notification that goes off to let you know, hey, I'm not in alignment. I need to pray about this. I need to ask for guidance. I need to ask to see things differently because something's up here. If I'm not at peace and I'm not wholly joyous as God intended for me to be, then something's not right because I'm being affected and I was not created to be affected by anything of the world. And you accept the atonement, the correction of your perception for yourself. Your salvation comes from you because you are always at choice to ask to see things differently and to find peace and happiness.